Yeah, good morning. We'll start the class. Today, in IoT class, we are going to discuss about an M2M towards IoT. So, in that, what is mega trends we had discussed as a global game changers and the technology and the science. So, while we are on the way while discussing a technology and science. So how these the global game changers we had discussed, how the different topics, means how the different concepts will make to change globally from one stage to the another state, and how a transmission is required from one state to another state. What is the need of that? We had discussed. Now we'll go in depth into that and we'll continue further. Right. So, yeah. Now, in our last class, we are discussing on the global changes, as you have seen how the M2M towards a automated system, that is Industrial 3.0 to Industrial 4.0, how a revolutionary is going on, due to why it is going on, that the global game changers and technology and science as a mega trends. So that needs that makes the industry to change from the present state to a required state of IoT technology. So as we have seen that in the global game changers, the natural resource constraints, which makes us that is the growing of a population is there, and the cultivation land is coming down, and to get a more yields and productivity to maintain with this increasing population. So how the things and economic shifts also have told you that how an economic shift has been done from product oriented to the service oriented economics, how it is going to change. We have taken many examples in that while discussing on that. Now changing the demographics, so that also we have discussed that how a structure will change, and within that particular infrastructure and all, how a more population can be adapted. Why? Because the structure will be like that only, and population will be keep on increasing. So how that structure will be maintained using an IoT. So you need some technology to change. Either you make what's the things you'll make for that. So coming to the next, socio-economic expectations. So we have discussed it that last 10 years how it is there, and now 10 years how it will be there. Coming next 10 years, how the people needs will change, the social status of the people, how their economic expenditures will change. So that we have discussed. And climate change and environmental impacts, that also makes us to change. And then safety and security, that also we have discussed. Then urbanization of cities, so that also we had discussed. Coming to the next, to change over, we need information and communication technologies. That is a major role to convert from an M2M to an IoT. In that, how basic things will be there. I have told you that in information and communication technologies, ICT, the base layer will be always with an sensors and actuators. And these sensors and actuators will make a bridge with the real-time physical realm, whatever access is there, means whatever application is there. For that, you are getting information from the sensors and actuators, and you are making that to flow to your until your application. So like that, it will be there. Even you are going to use an RFID tags also in that. And in between the embedded processing units which you are going to use, you know that how the electronics technology has been improved and how fast it is, and minimization in a cost, which made a very important thing. So we are creating an microcontrollers, so which will be a mediator between means which will access the data from this particular sensors or actuators, and then pass the data to the cloud or some particular application through the network. So that also coming to the next thing. So after that particular equipment, microcontroller, the microcontroller will in turn will be connected to the network. That is the internet. Today, especially the wireless and cellular technologies are ruling the world with 4G and LTE technologies, long-term evolution technologies. So this global scale within a smartphone internet. So it's making means the trends and ICT for more communication. So then the web paradigm means the ordinary web automations has been converting to a SOA, means service oriented approach, how it will be done. So it means web paradigm will be taken with an IoT devices. Your website will be connected to the IoT devices. We have taken an example of ThinkSpeak, and you have seen, and how open APIs will be worked to connect to that particular device through a web paradigm. So that we have seen. And next thing is a cloud computing, which allows the elasticity in deployment of services and enables reaching long tail applications in a viable fashion. So that also I have told you that how a cloud computing will help you means will help to transmit from the M to M to an IoT. Now coming to the next, the capabilities. So we are coming to the next stage. So in M to M towards IoT, we are coming to the next stage. This stage is very much important. What is this important? We should know our capability to move from this existing M2M device, means automation device, to IoT. What is this capabilities? See, capabilities address several aspects such as cost efficiency, this is very much important, and effectiveness and convenience. For example, sorry. For example, I will tell you, the cost efficiency plays a very much important role. For example, when you adapt an IoT technology to any AC, assume, for example, any now a Lloyd AC machine, if you take into the consideration, wherever you may be, you can operate that particular AC machine with your mobile. You can increase the room temperature or decrease the room temperature. So all these things you can do. So, for example, I'll tell you, assume the cost of the AC will be around in and around maybe some 25 to 30,000 or 40,000. So if you adopt an IoT technology to that, if cost increases to 1 lakh or 1.5, no one will purchase that. So that is also a very important concept, that how a cost efficiency should must be there. So even though if you adapt an IoT technology to that, if somewhat a little change in cost will be there, means assume that only some 5,000 to 10,000 if you are increasing, and you can convey the customer that these many advantages is there if you have this particular IoT based device, then automatically the customer will have a willingness to purchase that. So effectiveness, so that is important. So as I told you that what is the effectiveness to ordinary device presently, what is there, and how that device will be good enough. For example, I will tell you like this. If you apply, for example, we will go to one campus, college only, I will tell you, and we'll make some automation for energy conservations, that is switching off the lights. Just you take lights and fans, that's it. So switching off the lights and fans through mobile, so it will be given to the supervisor. The app will be given to the supervisor mobile. Finally, at after 6:30 every day or 6 every day. So if no motion is there in that particular room, even though some light is on, then automatically a notification will be given to the supervisor that in this particular room the light is and a fan is on, no motion is there. And supervisor will do the class verification on that, and he can switch off that particular text. Means if somebody is there then automatically motion detector will detect that. So if no one is there, then only the intimation will be even underline this particular words. So finally, what we can give a proposal to the principals are stating like that. See, sir, as a MCA students, we have did this particular project, and if you apply this particular project in a college, presently the current bill is so and so. And definitely in our survey, we have observed that many faculty chambers and even classrooms and some things in a night. So the energy conservation is there, means lights and fans will be switched on. So because in some common areas also, so due to that, the energy conservation will be more. Why can't we reduce? So definitely there will be a reduction in electrical bill. So then you have to compare like this. What is a one-time cost you are going to put for this IoT or with service? Then how much the electricity bill is going to decrease. So per year. So if you calculate that, if you convey convenience, that is very much important. So if you tell the principals are that, so this much of the electricity bill will be reduced and only the cost of IoT equipments for adapting this is so and so, so and so. And if you see this, the difference in span of another some 5 years, so you can save this much of an amount. So in this way, the capabilities of your project should be shown, means IoT should be shown in the form of efficiency, effectiveness, and convenience. So it should be a convenience. Being a lean and reducing the environmental impact. So that is also important. Encouraging innovations and in general applying technology to create more intelligent systems. Enterprises and societies, as everything will be taken in consideration in this particular example, what I have told you, that being a lean and reducing the environmental impact, energy saving, it's very good, even considering and encouraging the innovation. Yes, we are doing innovation on that particular aspect, and in general applying a technology to create a more intelligent systems. So more intelligent systems which we can create, automatic message notification will be sent to the mobile after 6:30 especially. So like that. In a common areas and all, when the darkness will be there, lights will glow automatically. Otherwise, the lights will switch off automatically. Something like that. If you create, it will be good enough. So coming to the next, while M2M today targets specific problems with a tailored and solved solutions, it is clear that emerging IoT technologies will address the much more complex scenarios of a large-scale distributed monitor and control applications. Always when you observe in a M2M concept, it will be a specific, means one boundary will be there. So a machine for particular problem, it will be solved. So that is a one thing, means no enhancement, large scale enhancement will not be there. A complex scenarios will not be there in a M2M machine. So one machine will communicate with another, so work will be ended there. But in the case of an IoT, it's not like that. A complex scenarios which will take, and after transferring a data, means we will take even the distributed monitoring of that particular machines. So wherever from a far places, that particular machine, for example, the Lloyd AC machine from far away, wherever he may be, can operate that particular things. So that is very much important. Take for example, they are telling now smart city solutions. Here, there is a clear need for integration of a multiple disparate infrastructures such as utilities, including district heating and cooling, water, waste, and energy, as well as transportation, such as a road and a rail. Each of these infrastructures has a multiple stakeholders and separate ownership, even though they operate in the same physical spaces of buildings, road networks, and so on. Yeah, really. See, when we take a smart city into the consideration, assume that if you want to make a Bangalore a smart city, different aspects will be there in that, and different disparate infrastructures will be there, and different utilities. So all these things should become an automated. So everything you have to take into the consideration: waste management, energy management, and commercial buildings, parkings. Like that, how a transportation should be there, then how a commercial building should be there, then how different stakeholders should think on that, then how our roads must be there, means how to maintain a path rules and all. So that is a major things in smart cities where even more concentration should be there. Means how to maintain a gardens in a city. Different aspects will be there. So how to maintain the water supply. Means how purified water you are giving to the people. For example, I will tell you, those who want an IoT project, you can listen carefully now. In a BBMP, one problem is there. That is the chlorinization of water. So this is a major problem now. Bangalore means this one is facing the BWSSB is facing. What is this major problem is at one particular point of a thing, the chlorinization of a water will be done and water will be flowed. At one particular point, the power of that chlorinization, whatever they have did, it will come down, and automatically the germs will be more in that particular water. So how you can control this particular things? So your system should tell automatically once the chlorinization has been done, especially those who are doing a water quality management. Somebody are doing water quality management, I think. Who are doing water quality management? Who are doing water quality management? Hello? Who are doing water quality management project? Who are doing listening?
No,
Who are doing that project water quality?
no, sir. Air quality, sir.
No. Water quality. I have seen means both chemical and physical components of water will be tested. Water testing. Sadhana, maybe, or Shraddha. Come on, speak out. Hello.
Yes, sir.
ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು?
Sir, Kavya and Sadhna.
ಯಾ ಕಾವ್ಯ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಾಧನ. ಕಾವ್ಯ ಈಗ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಯಾರು?
Nane, sir, Kavya.
Kavya, you listen. What I'm telling you, you are understanding, I think so, right? So this is a major problem in a BBMP, that how a chlorinization of a water can be done. Means one kade, if they have did at one particular place and water has been moving from that place to another at one particular distance, the power of that particular chlorine has been come down, and it's prone to the germs to come into the water. So what our intention is, we have to tell that what place the what I can say like this, the power of the contents of that chlorine has been reduced at what particular place, if you tell, and exactly at that particular place again chlorinization has been done, taking that a part of thing, means we can predict if you do chlorinization with the concentric chlorinization of so and so concentration, means the chemical concentration, if you do this much of distance, and the quality will be there, and afterwards the quality, means the water chlorinization will be reduced. So where the chlorinization will be needed at that particular point, so again from there you can push up somebody others also, you can do this project. Means this is one of the major problem which BWSSB is facing today. And even age-old pipes they are having in a Bangalore city. Means where the rest of that pipes and how that will affect the water, how it's prone to the germs and all. So how clear you can give the water to the city fellows. Even though Kaveri water is supplying in a Bangalore city, that Kaveri water is prone to all these things within a city with a lot of the disturbances which is coming from that pumping point to the houses. So this is one of the major problem one can address. So those who are having a doesn't have a project and all, definitely I will tell you, once if you go the BWSSB main office and if you consult them, if you tell them that we plan to do this type of a project, definitely they will help you. And this type of projects will make you to explore, and you can get a good assistance, also means real time experience also if you do these type of projects. Just you do a prototype now in this first semester, that is passing a ordinary water, chlorinized water after going some distance, how the less amount of chlorinization will be there. If you test both the things, so it will be easier. So that things you can do, and in sixth semester you can take it as a major project, and you can do this type of projects in a continuation. So system project will also be done in this particular way, and your internship going to be the BWSSB office. Trying from there. If you want help, I will also provide with you. I will come with you, and we can plan for that also. So that is one of the things. Means like that. When you go to the smart cities like this, many things are there. Waste management, energy conservations, different concepts is there. And when I am on a literature survey or googling the information on this smart city solutions, as I told you that Barcelona, a city, the first smart city in European countries, and that Barcelona, how it has been changed in 10 years back itself, it's became a smart city. Then how the city government there, they had a transformation to change from to this new technologies and IoT. And I collected information on that entire city, which I will share you. And you can go through that once. Whenever a smart cities will come in depth and you can discuss more. Just I'll stop sharing this. Just a minute. I'll stop sharing this. So we'll come back and I'll go with this. Again, I'll share this, the document. You can see this, how beautifully they have made this. See, this Barcelona was one of the first European cities to adopt a smart city technologies. This is real. This is real. Keep in your mind, this is real. Now the city is with that technologies and all, they made it. So the real-time example information why I'm taking and why I'm giving to in front of you means that don't think that sir is telling only stories what is there in a book and it can't be done and all. You may think like that. So because of that particular reason, I collected the information that the existing city, the Barcelona, is there in a European city, and this is the first city. Many cities are there, but this is the first city, smart city in a European, say, European cities. So you can see how these things, the town installed extensive sensor networks that provided a government and a private sector with data on transport, energy usage, noise levels. Somebody has told yesterday noise level project. So noise levels and irrigation. So its technology base is soiled with a noteworthy open data portal, a good air quality sensors network, even air quality. Widespread public Wi-Fi will be there. Only cities like New York City, Singapore, and Seoul, means South Korea city, outperform the Barcelona's technology infrastructure. And next, these cities also has been installed like this particular cities. Like other cities, during the last 5 years, Barcelona's smart city practices changed. Technology is entering more direct the lives of residents because of the board use of smartphones. They distribute instant information about employment, housing, administration, mobility, health services, security, and utilities. A recent study tells smart cities digital solutions for more livable future. So distinguished 55 applications within these fields. According to this study, these applications are capable to improve a quality of life by 10 to 30%. 10 to 30%, you can see, and you can see these are all the different concepts they have adapted in their city. Economic development, housing, and engagement, you can see a digital administrative citizen services and local citizen engagement applications, local connection platforms. These will all become in a project if you see in depth of this. Online retraining programs, peer-to-peer accommodation platforms, personalized education. Healthcare, you can see data-based population health interventions, first aid alerts, infectious disease surveillance, integrated patient flow management systems, lifestyle variables, then online care search and scheduling, real-time air quality monitoring, real-time telemedicine, underline this, real-time air quality, real-time medicine, online care search and scheduling. So these things you can underline, remote monitoring applications and medicine adherence tools. So these things and the mobility, you can see the autonomous vehicles will be there, bike sharing, car sharing, then congestion pricing, demand-based micro transit will be there, digital payment in public transit. So integrated multimodal info. See, this is a digital payment in a public transit. This is another one very much important concept which you can adapt to our BMTC also. Now BMTC still we are having a ticket machines in their hands and they will give a ticket. So why can't you think on that particular machine itself? So where we can make it as a digitalized, that is one that barcode will be there or some code will be there in a mobile. If they will keep in a mobile there, automatically it will scans and they can pay the ticket. Automatically no change problem, nothing will be there. Why can't be adapted from that particular position, and why can't you pass that information to the database and where a centralized system can access that. See, this is bus number so and so in this present route, so and so tickets has been sold and so members are there in a bus. Why? Because bus is GPS and they can see how many are sitting in a bus. So if tickets is less and members are more, then automatically they can catch hold of that particular conductor. Like this, different. When you think on some one existing things, adaptation of IoT projects will be more. Somebody told that, sir, we have seen an internal, we are not getting the projects, and can you suggest? Mean that thing will not at all be there in IoT. Wherever you see, you can adapt an IoT feature like that. See, this I'm telling, it's already there in that particular city. Intelligent traffic signals and vehicle permissions and parcel load pooling and urban consolidation centers, pooled e-links and predictive maintenance of a transport infrastructure, private e-links, real-time road navigation, real-time public transit info, smart parcel lockers, smart parking. So all these things will place in a mobility, even a security. You can see body worn cameras will be there, crowd management, data-driven building inspections, disaster early warning systems. Somebody asked me about a project. I've told them to go through the disaster management using IoT. So if you see disaster early warning systems, this is very much important. So you can think of a tsunami, you can think of any earthquakes, or like that. You can think of any other disasters which can be happened suddenly. So if you intimate before itself, for example, some 15 minutes before or 20 minutes before, if you are informing, so you can save many lives there. So that is the one thing. Then emergency response optimization, then gunshot detections. This is gunshot detections. This is taking a sound into consideration that you are going to do. Home security systems, personal alert applications, predictive policing, real-time crime mapping, smart surveillances. Many are there. Utilities you can see, behavior-based water consumption tracking. This is very much important. Building automation systems, digital tracking and payment for a waste disposals, distribution automation systems, dynamic electricity pricing, home energy consumption tracking, home energy automation systems, leakage detection and control, smart street lights, smart irrigations, water quality monitoring, and the waste collection route optimization. So all these things has been adapted there in Barcelona city. So you can see the report also investigated the degree of adaptation of these 55 applications in a sample of 50 cities. Barcelona among them, New York City, Los Angeles, London, Mexico, Seoul, Singapore, Shenzhen strongly outperform all other cities. So these cities will outperform all other cities. Why can't a Bangalore? Like that, why Indian city name is not there? You can think on that. But even these forerunners have applied only 60 to 70% of the available technologies. Underline this, even though they have applied only that much. Then how much is there for an improvement? Then how much will be there in a span of another 10 years to improve? That you can see there. Applications with respect to the mobility are deployed most frequently in almost all smart cities. And this is a lady, these two ladies, they changed the Barcelona. See how the woman power, you can think on that. See, she's a government fellow. I think she is there in that government of the city, Francisca Bria. So she licensed under the Creativity Commons, and she made the entire city to change with the help of her. So the entire document is there. I will share you. You can go through this particular document. And another one important thing is how Barcelona, the transformation that Barcelona had undergone to become a smart city. So this transformation always world plays very much important role in each and every of our life. As a computer professionalist, once if you think on this transformation, if you see one particular substance, if I transform this subject to a automated thing, what's the use? You should think like that. In and around you, many things will be there, or many socio and environmental things will be there. When you think in that particular mind, then you will grown up like anything. So you can see where a transformation is needed and how you can make the business. Even today, you believe or not, when Corona is not there, that I have not seen an advertisement of that vegetable washing liquid. And now, Veggie Safolo has made that. I forgot. Veggies of something, the name is there. And now they are giving an advertisement of that particular liquid. Why? Because of Corona. Even Corona, they are making it as a business. How a transformation. See how the mindset of an human beings or customers they will take into the considerations that you have to think. So all the previous years and all that advertisement is not at all there, and veggie of something is there to clean only vegetables. And now they are telling that on vegetables and fruits, fresh will be there, some pesticides will be there and germs will be there. So clean with this, not ordinary water and all. Now they are giving a strong advertisement. And you can see now the another advertisements you can see Safilon, they will give that the substance sanitizations. Yeah, so for that they have made a separate thing. So how these things, even in this pandemic situation, they are making a business. I can say like this: they are making a business. So how they are making a business? How these plans are coming out? Uh, why they are doing in this particular situation? If you observe, that is the things. And you can see here how the transmission of the Barcelona city has been done, including parking. Each and everything is here. You can observe innovative technologies and transform Barcelona into a smart city. What is that? Parking spaces, street lights, and waste disposals, city bike systems. You can see there they are going to use the cycles for the city, not a bikes. So that is very much important. Almost all European countries, because of the climate things, its nature, and they almost all bikes means it will be like that. So then you can see bus transit system. You observe this bus transit system, you can read and you will get some project idea to do here also. Then how this, then utilization of noise sensors. You can see how utilization of noise sensors will help Barcelona in a different aspects, late night cruisings and selling pizza means this reputed place for selling pizza. You can see how the thing to counter is easy to use and low cost sensors have been built that can detect a noise levels, air pollution, temperature and humidity. With the help of these sensors, the residents were able to detect that the noise levels were almost 100 disables which were behind the recommendations of the health. People had taken a necessary action to counter this noise. So the residents have used sensors and got rid of the unbearable sensors. So like this, you can use the things. Barcelona is the mobile world capital. So how this mobile world capital things is going to do, and wrap up things will be there. So this is a document which I'll share you and send in a WhatsApp, and you can see this particular document once. So now I'll stop this sharing and we'll go back to our lesson. Yeah, we'll go back to our lesson. Right. So now I think you got an idea of a smart city, how you can make a smart city and all. So now capabilities, after discussing with an example, you can see society operations involve a large number of actors taking on a different roles in providing services. As an enterprises and industries increasingly rely on efficient operations across ecosystems, cross value chain. It's a major thing which you can take into the consideration. Just a minute. Yeah. And you can see this this is a one thing. Yeah, this is a one which is which you can take this as a cross value chain and the value system integration, and these things will play the major role in growing need. What is this cross value chain? So when you think on this dependency from one industry with another industry and one industry with another thing and having a cross value chain with all these particular things in different stages of their manufacturers, from raw materials to a finished goods. So that is the one thing. Value systems integrations, how different systems will be integrated together using an IoT concept, and how you can make the things. So this requires technologies and business mechanisms that enable operations and informing sharing across supply chains. And this supply chain management, just a minute. This supply chain management has made today the world with all types, means the entire world has become one community, like I can say, so which has been integrated. So as we come to increasingly rely on ICT solutions to monitor and control the aspects, physical properties of the real world require not just increased levels of cyber security, but what can be performed as a cyber physical security. When you are using a IoT projects, this is a major one which you have to keep in your minds. That is cyber physical security. Means your device has been connected to the internet. So how you are going to give a physical security for that particular device? For example, you are assume your production machine is connected to the IoT and you are monitoring that from a far place. If somebody hacks that particular machine and you do something to that particular machine, so then who will face this? In the use of the internet today, it is possible to exact financial damage via breaking into the information technology, that is IT systems of companies or a bank accounts of individuals. So this is a major field where the research is going on, especially. So that if you take out the things, the cyber physical security in a Google, you'll get a lot of information also. Individuals, meanwhile, can face social damages from people hacking social media accounts. In an IoT, where it is possible to control the assets, yeah, vehicles or movable bridges, something like that, severe damage to property or even loss of life is possible. So this is a major problem when you are doing a project on IoT, or when you are going for a smart cities even. So this will make the severe damage to the property or even a loss of life is possible. And terrorist attacks even become more easy. So how securitized you are making your building, or making the things IoT based, so that you have to think. These raises the requirements for a trust and the security. So this is another one thing, that the trust and security to be correctly implemented in a IoT systems. So otherwise, your IoT system will prone to the. So these are the capabilities which must be there to move. Then implications. Now coming to the implications. Before discussing on implications, just I will give you one quiz. You answer that particular quiz questions, and later on we'll continue with this particular thing. Now, meanwhile, while giving a quiz, I will even take the attendance also. Just a minute. Just I'm coming in. Yes. You're right. Check it out. Answer this particular quiz questions. Any problem is there in opening a form and all, you can tell me. Right? Meanwhile, I'll take an attendance. I think today date is 9. Today date is 9, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Aditya,
Yes, sir.
ಅಟೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಅಜಯ್,
Yes, sir.
ಅಮಿತ್,
Yes, sir.
ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡು ಆಗ್ಲೇ 40 ಆಯ್ತು, 60 ಇರೋರು ಓಡಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತಿಮ
Present, sir.
36 ಇತ್ತು, 40 ಆಯ್ತು. ಈಗ ಅವ್ನು ಸೂರ್ಯ ಬಂದಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಅಪೂರ್ವ,
Present, sir.
ಅಶ್ವಿನಿ,
Yes, sir.
ಬಿಂದು, ಬಿಂದು ಅಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಿಂದು, ದಿವೇಶ್,
Yes, sir.
ಗೌರೀಶ್, ಗೌರೀಶ್, ಇವನಿಗೆ ಇದು ಚಾಳಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ಇವನಿಗೆ. ಗೌರೀಶ್ಗೆ, ಗೌರೀಶ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಗೌತಮಿ, ಗೌತಮಿ, ಗುಣಶೇಖರ್, ಗುಣಶೇಖರ್, ಮೈಕ್ ಇಲ್ವೇನೋ? ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಹಾಕೋ, ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ. ಗುಣಶೇಖರ್, ಗುಣಶೇಖರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಹರಿಣಿ, ಹರಿಣಿ, ಹರಿಣಿ,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ఏం చేస్తున్నావమ్మా?
Yes, sir.
ఓకే,
Hello. లేదు సార్.
మూవీ చూస్తున్నావా?
లేదు
మూవీ
సార్.
చూస్తున్నావా? సౌండ్ వస్తుంది.
అదే
సూర్య,
షట్డౌన్.
Present, sir.
ఓకే, మ్యూట్ చేయి. ಹರಣಿ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ చేయి. ಹರಣಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೂರ್ಯ
Present, sir. Present, sir.
ಇವಾಗ ಬಂದ?
ಸರ್ ಆಗ್ಲೇ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೆ, ಹೆಂಗೋ ಡಿಸ್ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ಪಿಕಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ದೆ.
ನನ್ ಮಗ ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀಯ, ಸೇಮ್ ನನ್ ಮಗ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ ಏನೋ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದಾಯ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆದೆ ಅಂತ. ಲವ್ ನಾಟ್ಗಳು
ಗುಡ್
ಆಗ್ತೀಯ.
ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದಿದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ.
ಅರ್ಜೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ನೈನಾ,
Present, sir.
ನಜ್ಮಾ,
Present, sir.
ನಿಧಿ,
Present, sir.
ಪ್ರದೀಪ್,
Yes, sir.
ಪ್ರೀತಿ,
Present, sir.
ರಾಜೇಶ್,
Present, sir.
सहदेव, सहदेव चला गया. राजेश, सहदेव
Yes,
मॉर्निंग
sir.
था ना?
Yes, sir, you sir.
वेरी गॉन ना?
I don't know, sir.
साकेत, साकेत, अबे ये भी स्टार्ट कर लिया यार. ऑनलाइन क्लास को एब्सेंट होता है. व्हाट इज दिस? Only 2 classes he attended. Santosh, 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 ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೀಮಾ,
Yes, sir.
ಸಿಂಚನಾ,
Yes, sir.
ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ,
Yes, sir.
ಶಶಾಂಕ್,
Present, sir.
ವರ್ಷ,
Present, sir.
ಯಶಸ್ವಿನಿ, ಯಶಸ್ವಿನಿ, ಅಮೃತ,
Present, sir.
ಗುಡ್. ಅನುಷಾ,
Present, sir.
ಅಪೂರ್ವ,
Present, sir.
Sai,
Present, sir.
Sai, Sai Siddharth. ಏನ್ ಇವನ್ ಕತೆ? ಆ ಆಶೀಶ್, ಆಶೀಶ್,
Present, sir.
ఆశీష్, వాట్ అబౌట్ సాయి సిద్ధార్థ్ మ్యాన్? ఏమైండాడు?
Sir, he is in his native village, sir. So there is no signal, so he can't attend the classes.
Yeah, he has to attend somewhat, he has to make arrangements. Let him call me once. Phone చేయమని నాకు. చేతన,
Present, sir.
కావ్య,
Present, sir.
ಮಧುಶ್ರೀ.
Present, sir.
ಮಧುಶ್ರೀ ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ನೋಡ್ದ? ಮಧುಶ್ರೀ
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್ ನೋಡ್ದೆ.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆಯಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಾಂ ಸರ್.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡು, ರೆಡಿ ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ. ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಶೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Yesterday I sent some YouTube links to her. Those you want about a project of speech recognition especially, you can take from her. Manish.
Present, sir.
Sarfaraj.
Present, sir.
Murugesh.
Present, sir.
Mani. Absent. Paresh.
Present, sir.
Pooja.
Present, sir.
Prashant.
Present, sir.
ఏం ప్రశాంత్ సైలెంట్ అయిపోయినావు? ప్రశాంత్, ప్రశాంత్,
Yes, sir. Present, sir.
ఏం సైలెంట్ అయిపోయినావు? వై యు బికేమ్ సైలెంట్?
ఏం లేదు సార్, కొంచెం ఇక్కడ ఇంటర్నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం. సార్.
ఇంటర్నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం. ఊర్లో ఉన్నావా?
అవును సార్.
సరేమా. ప్రతిభ.
Present, sir.
ಪ್ರತೀಕ್, ಇವನಿಗೇನಾಗಿದೆ? ಇವನು 2ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಪ್ರತೀಕ್. ಸಾಧನಾ, ಏನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು? ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಸಾಧನಾ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್? ಕಾವ್ಯ, ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ.
She's not getting network, sir.
I know her problem. She has to come some 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers, and she has to stay. But I can address. Then what about the classes? Correct, no? For example, this semester, half of the semester until October, like that, it was like this in this situation. So how she will recover the things? Many important things we are telling in class. Correct, no?
Yes, sir. I'll let her know, sir.
Let her know. Let her call me once. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Sarima. Shashank. ಇವಾಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್. ಇವಾಗ ಅವನು ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ. ಪರೇಶ್.
ಸರ್.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಶಶಾಂಕ್?
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು.
ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ? ಕೊರೋನಾ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಸುತ್ತಾಡ್ತಾವನೇನಾ?
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹೇಳು ಅವನಿಗೆ. ಸರ್ ಅಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೂ ಅಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬೋನಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಶ್ರದ್ಧಾ.
Present, sir.
ಶ್ರೀಧರ್.
Present, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ರೀಧರ್? ಎಸ್. ತನೋಜ್.
Present, sir.
ತೇಜಸ್ವಿನಿ.
Present, sir.
ಹನಿ. ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಹನಿಗೆ? ಅಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಆಶೀಶ್.
Present, sir.
ವಿದ್ಯಾ.
Present, sir.
Vishal?
Present, sir.
Okay. I think you have completed the quiz questions. Huh? Completed? Right, I think you have completed and we'll continue with our lesson. Just I will give the hints and later on we can conclude on that. Yeah, the next thing is the implications. So implications you can take it the things means how the implication of IoT project will be there on the existing system. So whatever the implications that we are going to discuss in this particular implications for IoT. There is already a trend of moving away from vertical oriented systems. Observe carefully. Vertical oriented systems or application specific systems
Sir,
towards
24 present, sir.
horizontal systems. Hello?
Sir,
Any
24
problem?
present. Sir,
Huh?
network issue, sir.
Any problem?
No, sir.
सहदेव कहाँ गए थे?
Sir, network issue, sir.
Network issue. Okay, I will put attendance. Not a problem.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Now back and see on how the things there is already a trend of moving away from a vertical oriented systems and horizontal systems. So this you observe carefully. Today I can say like this: these words ruling the world. Now, in previous days and all, we are always on application based. Means I'm giving this much raw materials, this much input is there, and what is my product, what is the output, and how I'm going to sell that particular product. Now, what is this horizontal systems approach? In different sectors from your input to the output, so how you are going to make your horizontal systems which has been linked with value chains with other industries, so that will make a major role. Okay, so we'll discuss this in next class. I will come with some case study here and we'll see how this implication of a IoT will be there on the present industry trends. So we'll take one industry case study and we'll discuss. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much for just a minute. Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll stop sharing. Don't save. Okay, ma. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay.